Hello everyone, Commander Bravebelly here. On today's episode, I have an exciting one. We have the Russian helicopter and aircrew ration. This is meant to be consumed in flight, in the cockpit, so that's why it's so little. When I seen this, I was like, what is this? It's freaking awesome. Never seen a ration like this. We got all their different types of bombers and fighters and helicopters and transport planes on this. And so I'm super excited. Even though this is small, apparently the actual main meal is 33% larger than their other Russian MREs, like their typical military ones. So I'm excited to give this one a try. Hope you guys brought your appetite. I definitely did. Without further ado, let's get the show on the road. So let's see about how this looks inside. And here we go. So, I mean, the graphics are super awesome. I mean, I can't get past how nice the artwork is. Very appealing. It's really cool. This is meal number 6, and this expires in 2024, and it was packaged last year in 2023. All right, so here we have it. 1, 2, 3, and a huge main. Look how big this is. We have our spoons in here. 3 spoons. We have a chocolate, we have a sugar packet, looks like we have coffee, we have salt and pepper, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and we have a tea. I'm not having coffee and tea right now, not in the mood for it. We're gonna see about this food, I'm hungry. We have their little nutritional facts and all the content in here, all the details, but I'm hungry. So, first things first, let's see about this. I believe this is one of their, let's see. I don't read Cyrillic, and that's fine. All right, so this is their banana puree, and it smells wonderful. We're gonna have this for dessert. So this is made specifically per request of the pilots. This is the type of food that they wanted. So I guess there's a rhyme and reason for all this stuff. So this is our little banana pudding, which we'll have in a minute. Or after we're done, that'll be our dessert. So let's see about this. This is probably their pumpkin caviar. No, yeah, it is their pumpkin caviar. The Russians eat this so much. Every MRE has like their vegetable, they call it caviar. It's a puree with vegetable. This one is pumpkin in it. I know because I read it beforehand. I believe that's what it is. Looks like they're just meat, maybe. And so look, there's no crackers or anything. You're just meant to consume this straight up. Oh yeah, that's just their meat. And there's no heating element either. You're not gonna be heating anything in a cockpit. You're just meant to eat this straight up like this. So I don't understand how they want you to do the teas. I do have my glasses here and everything to have it, but all right. And this is their, it looks like a macaroni and meat dish. So it looks definitely appealing. So I believe this is all meant to be eaten cold, and that's fine. I will eat everything cold. And so let's just get started with trying everything out. So we're gonna use their spoons how they want us to. I do have a fork, but we'll see how this works out. So first things first, it's their macaroni. I wonder if there's cheese in there. Macaroni and meat, and this looks substantial, and it does look appealing. Doesn't look nasty at all. Just smells like a canned food. It doesn't smell chemically or, like artificial. And it looks greasy, so looks flavorful. Let's see if it's any good. Now this is really hard to scoop with a spoon. Wow, that meat is super intense. It tastes like a beef. Very high in fat content and very flavorful. Very hard to differentiate when you're chewing the meat and the macaroni. It all just tastes like one thing. So it's not much for texture. It's all very similar, but it does visually stimulate the senses and it looks delicious. So that's a big part of consuming these type of foods. So just imagine if you're a pilot sitting down like a bomber pilot, this is meant to be consumed every 4 hours. So you would have a pre-flight meal, and then 4 hours later is when you bust one of these bad boys open. So up close. Very good, rich in flavor. Let's see if some of this salt and pepper will bring more, flavor forefront. Okay, so we got the pepper. It is delicious, guys, even though it comes out of a soft can, And salt usually brings out more flavor. I hope this is salt and not sugar. Oh yeah, that's salt. Not too much. Just enough to bring more flavor to the forefront. And let's see what that's about. This would be so good heated up, but yeah, none of that stuff goes on in the cabin. Very good. Now, let's see about this pumpkin caviar, is what they call it. Up close. See, it just looks like puree. Guys, I never liked this. It tastes like boiled vegetables. Like if you're gonna boil maybe some pumpkin, some carrots, some onions, and just boil it down. And this is mush. And I always ask my Russian viewers why they always include this, because this just seems like something that's perfect for digestion. Being that you have so many of the canned foods, I feel like, oh, well, they include this puree that, that way it helps with digesting. And also, obviously, you're getting more minerals and vitamins from the veggies, because how else can you incorporate veggies? But not necessarily for taste. So I was always curious if Russians actually like this, if they actually eat this regularly when they're not in the military. And I got mixed answers. Some people say that Russians eat this all the time, specifically during the winter when fresh veggies aren't available. And some people are like, no, this is nasty, we never eat this. So I guess I won't find out unless more people hone in on it and tell me down below. But although I don't love it, it is good mixed with this because it gives it more textures, because there's a lot of chewiness to this. So it adds more depth. Real good. And I'll be honest with you, I'm pleasantly surprised. This is filling. I didn't even finish it. And I'm a big man, so we're gonna keep going. We're gonna try this meat next. What I'm surprised is that they have coffee and they have tea, and sugar, but they don't have a mixed electrolyte beverage, a delicious beverage. So maybe inside the cockpit, it's freezing. And they want you to drink something warm. That might be something, that I'm onto. That, or, it's just typical Eastern Europeans that love to drink warm beverages. So yeah, I will admit that this vegetable caviar, the pumpkin caviar, is actually good when eaten alongside with the main meal. And for a main meal, this is real good. I give this a 9 out of 10, personally. First of all, visually, it looks phenomenal. This is something that even Americans will eat and be like, oh, this looks good. Okay, it just looks like macaroni and meat. It looks great. So that's a big start, you know? You don't want to just like eat food that looks gross off top. So this looks actually very delicious. All right, time to get into this meat. I don't know what type of meat this is, if it's pork, chicken, or beef, but it's, you know, it has like that Spam kind of vibe to it. It looks like a ham, actually. Yeah, it's like a ham, and it's very tender. I guess it's the best way I could describe it. It's just like almost like a pate, but there's no crackers to spread on it, so it just melts in your mouth. And it's pleasantly different in flavors completely than this. It has a smoky flavor, yeah, of like ham. It's delicious. So you are consuming a lot of meat, that's for sure. And I'm not mad at that. Very good, especially together, because it's so contrasting. Honestly, I wouldn't change anything about this meal whatsoever. I guess the only thing, it would be nicer to have crackers with this. I wonder why they don't want you to have crackers in the airplane. Is it because it'll get dirty and messy? Who knows? Now, the coolest thing would be if one of my viewers is actually a pilot and has more insight about this food. Guys, if that's the case, please leave some comments below and tell me more details about this ration, okay? This is the last bite, and then we're going for the dessert. Guys, I must say, this is a very delicious MRE. From a 1 to a 10, solid 8, okay? Obviously, you can't compare it to other MREs that have a lot more going for it, you know, the crackers, the juices, etc. But for what it's supposed to be, for being inside of an airplane, it's really good. Okay, we have the chocolate and we have the banana puree. Smells very good, but it's like baby food basically. It has the consistency of pudding. Okay, so this is like a pudding consistency. You see it has like bounce to it. And it is very sweet, not crazy sweet. Not like it would be like, it's almost like baby food, which I don't eat, okay? But it's not bad because I do love bananas. And I could just see like this is a complete meal as far as you're not gonna be constipated or anything, not with this type of food. So this is very nice, actually. This banana, it tastes like a banana pudding almost. And it has like that brightness, like that fruity brightness, like a tropical vibe, not heavy, not like banana cake or something like that. Like it's not overly sweet and syrupy. It tastes like a fruity banana, really good. All right, and lastly, we have their final chocolate. And their chocolate they have in all their MREs, it's the same. I always like this camo print on it. I think it's cool, but I was never very big on this type of chocolate. It's just dark chocolate that I'm not a huge fan of. Tastes very standard, and there's nothing special about it. It's not delicious or anything. It just tastes like you're eating cacao. So yeah, if you're a fan of dark chocolate, this is awesome. I'm not, so for me, it's like, I wouldn't even want to eat this. I would rather take a chocolate bar, like a milk chocolate bar, and put it in like my cargo pocket for the flight. If I'm allowed to, I don't know. But I do that instead, guys. Guys, one announcement I have to make. So the company where I purchased this from, MRE House, they actually reached out to me and wanted to become affiliated as far as a promotional kind of deal. And so they're sending me some MREs for me to review, talk about, and I'll give you more information. I'm gonna have like basically a coupon code where you guys could order and get 20% off, which is a lot, okay? It's not 5 or 10%, 20 is a lot. So it's called MREhouse.com to order all your MREs, especially the foreign ones, which I love, but they have everything. And use the code BRAVE, BRAVE. So I'm super excited about that, guys. I suggest you order from them. Obviously, you'll be saving a ton of money, so why not? And they're very professional, and I get everything on time. So there's no reason why I wouldn't recommend them in the first place. Like I said, I've actually been ordering from them anyway. So yeah. With that being said, I have many MRE videos coming soon, coming shortly. I have so many here that I have at home. I have many being sent over, so stay tuned. You know, subscribe if you're interested in this type of content. And with that being said, please like, share, and subscribe. Signing off.